Yeah, how do you do? I hope been welcome into your space. My name once again is Bosade Obo Livingstone, or called Herbalist Livingstone. Well, you might not have known me just by way of introduction. I'm a food processor, a nutritionist, certified plant-based um, coaching expert, a dietitian, a herbalist, I'm a farmer and a food processor. And everything that has to do with wellness, the natural way that God or the nature, nature, you can mention nature without mentioning God. Everything that nature or God has provided in our ecosystem. So welcome once again. Today I just have a few minutes to spend with you, and I want to talk about the wellness of your body outward, the wellness of your skin. And I'm looking at it from a different angle. Oftentimes, I hear people, around, they say, oh, the bath and, the skin still has some grits of dirt on their skin, and, they change sponge. And the truth of the matter is, the day or the time, the year, I don't know when, that we left the natural way, the traditional way of living, was the beginning of some of the problems we have in today in the civilized, communities. Our fathers, I grew up, that way. When I was, about 50 years ago, and we were growing up, the only sponge we had, to use then in my locality was the local sponge. It was the sponge that nature, it was the sponge that, the things around us, the traditional, the natural things around us provided for us to bathe. And with whichever soap you were using then, the sponge ensured that your skin was clean. But somehow, civilization set in. We started seeing people that traveled abroad, and when they're coming back in those days, you find them with this, kind of sponge. And initially, we're calling it, see this net that they use in, harvesting or capturing fishes in the ocean, and gradually people started bringing those nets. And today, that is what everybody use all over, all over. Well, in my own location, I'm speaking from Nigeria, all over. The rich, the poor, the elites, the non-entities, everybody. And at the end of the day, we complain a lot of things. Now, let me tell you something. That's the angle I'm coming from. And before I go to tell you what I want to tell you, when you birth and you come to maybe like your ankle or your elbow or your your arms or anywhere, maybe your laps or your knee, that fold here, when you use your nail, your fingernail, to do like this, to scratch it, do you find dirt? Do you find some things rolling? If that is the situation with you, then you haven't had a bath. What you have just done is polishing. And you can polish shoe without really cleaning it. It will still shine, and you come out. Now, what you need to know is that even a lot of the chemicals we're using in form of cream, in form of pomade, as we used to call it in those days, in form of body lotion and all that, they are loaded with a lot of things that naturally they are not even good for our skin. Now, when you apply these things on your skin, the next thing is, sometimes your skin, you may not see it, but if I dip my finger in water and I come this way and I rub it vigorously on my skin, if anything comes out, like anything black or whatever color it is, and it's rolling, in between my index finger and my thumb, then I haven't had a bath. I just had, some water poured on my skin. the best way that our nature, our land, Mother Earth has given to us, we have neglected it. And I'm talking to you today about this sponge. How many of you have seen this kind of thing before? It is universal in Nigeria, or it is national. You know, go to the west, go to the east, go to the north, you find it. Sometimes it comes from raffia, you know, palm. Sometimes it comes from the calabash family. There is another one also that comes like a gourd, you know, like the bitter gourd or the cucumber. You know, it's a family of the gourd, you know, but it is spongy. And the sponge of that one is even, nature wove it very well. The way God created it, it's well woven. That on the other side of it, in those days, I'm going to show you sometimes in the future when I travel to any of these southern states in Nigeria. I'm going to bring it and talk about it, you know, and that we can now, you know, we pad it with maybe some cotton material, so that we sew the edges so that they will not fall off. But I tell you, even if you can't be using this sponge every day, if it is only once a week or once in 2 weeks or once in a fortnight or once in a month, try and use the sponge. It gets rid, you know, the moment your skin is covered with dirt, with oils, with fats, with all kinds of things, you know, the dust, the exhaust, you know, there's this name we call it in the soap, you know, of the fumes and all that. The moment your skin is being covered with it, you're not even well. Because some of these things, they percolate into your blood through the skin. For a skin that is well, the Airpores must be opened. And how do you open your Airpores of the skin? It is by you having a good bath. So I want to encourage you, if you haven't used it, it may be hard. You know, we used to call some people Ajębos, the Ajębotes. You know, it's a slogan we use in Nigeria, you know, to describe, you know, the people that are polished, maybe the elites, you know, they take life easy, they haven't gone through the hard, the rugged, you know, kind of thing some of us have experienced, you know. You don't find this in Ajębo's house because it is tough on your skin. But I want to tell you, you need the sponge. This a piece is 100 naira. And you know, one beauty about the sponge is, if you have like 2 or 3 of these, you fold it together. In short, what we used to do, you know, when we were growing up is, if it is only one you're using, as you use the sponge fall off, you know, sometimes I think that's one of the reasons why people don't like it. It falls off in your bathroom, so you have to sweep and pick it. And as the thing is going down and, you know, it's going off, the next thing you'll be adding another one to that one, so that the other one that had been used for like a week or so that is soft, you know, will form another, you know, bunch with another new one that you bring. This sponge is very good. If you use it on the hair, for instance, some of the children that have some hair, you know, the skin problems, skin rashes, this is the best sponge to use for skin rash. If you want the skin, you know, to be healthy, you need this sponge. It may not be every day, but you need it at least once in, you know, in a week, once in 2 weeks. It opens up your Airpores. It allows air to go in. It allows, you know, sweat, vapor to come out. Some people don't sweat outside. You don't see sweat on their skin. They sweat inward instead of the dirt. And you know, sweat is salty, salinic. Your sweat are supposed to go out. It's one of the ways, you know, sweating is one of the ways that the kidney, you know, passes out waste from the body through the skin. But when you don't sweat, when your Airpores, you know, especially for those that do makeup and, you know, they've covered everything, cemented, embalmed and all that, by the time, you know, you have your bath, if you don't use a good sponge to open up some of these pores, there will be accumulation. The pores that, you know, air is supposed to flow into your blood, into your skin, or that dirt, sweat is supposed to come out from, because you haven't opened it, dirt will be trapped in it. And that's going to be causing pollution to your blood. So I want to encourage you, once in a week, once in 2 weeks. If you go to spa, take this with you. Tell them to use this to bath you. And I remember, it's even a romantic thing, for couples or for lovers to use this. Because with this, there is no way, it's going to be possible for you to wash your back well, unlike the other sponge that we just put like this. So you can just call your spouse or your lover or whoever it is to come and, wash your back for you. And do you know the beauty of the sponge? It draws closeness to people in the family. I remember when we were kids, we're growing up, our parents will come and say, okay, let me wash. Or tell your sister, please help me wash my back. Or, for the child, the mother can call you, I'm in the bathroom, please come and help me scrub my back. And doing that, there is this bonding, unlike now that, everybody just goes his own way. So these are the traditional things we did, our parents, our fathers did, that made life to be sweet. Now we have everything, we have technology, but the truth of the matter is, there is no bonding within the family. So I want to encourage you, go for the sponge. Some persons are taking it to be that because some spiritualists or some spiritual exercises, people use it with some black soap and they go to do their bath and all that. Those are jargons. Those are spiritual jargons and bigotries and heresies. This thing was made by God. It's meant for you. And another thing I need to tell you, if you are within my region in Africa, the temperature is different from the temperature in the US. It's different from the temperature in Europe. We accumulate lots of that because of the hot temperature. They over there, because the season, the cold season, sometimes it's more than the hot season. They can afford to use ordinary foam to bath. The foam we use in mattress or in furniture. They can use it because there is no sweating so much. There is no, the temperature is cool. Unlike you, that the temperature is high here, the body temperature is also high. So you need ways to release that from your body. So I've said this over and over again. Get the sponge. It's a local sponge. It's so cheap. 100 naira or 3 for 200 naira can do the magic. I want you to go try it. I know some of you have not used this thing for over 40 years. Or in the last, some people in their 20s or 30s have not even used this at all. But go try this weekend and come. Send a comment to me. What you feel with your skin. You can even use it to wash your scalp. And you see how healthy your skin will be. Till I come your way again, I remain yours and only. Watch out for a lot of programs that I got lined up for this year. Sign up for them and you'll never regret doing so. I remain yours, one and only, Bosede Obo, Herbalist Livingstone. Nature is a healer. One of the instruments of healing that nature uses is food. If you eat wisely, then you will live well and you will live healthy. Till I come your way again, thank you so much, and God